information that you need to make a wise decision if you're going to add this. Me personally, I think that you should, but it's your business. So let's get started on how to add PNCC agency to your childcare business. All right, who is this for? If you guys can see my screen, let me know. Okay, yep, I see that you can see it. If you can see my screen and if you can hear me, type yes. I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me and see my screen. So if you can hear me and see the screen, type yes. So who is this for? This is for anybody who it feels confused about the PNCC process. Maybe you heard about it, but you don't know pretty much what it is. You've probably tried to reach out to people, but they really are not really answering your questions. So you're kind of confused about what this is and how this could help you. This is for anybody that is looking for a mentor. So those who know about the program, ready to start, but don't really know the steps on how to add it to your business. If you're ready to scale, this is for those who are ready to scale, take your business to new heights with an additional stream of income. Because yes, having a childcare center can be profitable, but it's also profitable to add this to it as well. And I'm going to show you how in a second. And then just those that need to add an additional stream of income and not stress over income from enrollment or loss of staff. So today we're going to talk about what is the PNCC/CCC program. And I'm pretty sure you probably only hear PNCC, but it's two programs. We're going to talk about why you need to add it to your business, the 5 streams of income for your childcare business. Now, if you actually got the VIP, you should check your spam because the email did go out with an additional 5 streams of income and all the other perks that came with VIP. And then how my student made multiple 6 figures in her first year of opening up her PNCC agency. And that was her first business, and she made multiple 6 figures. So my promise to you, by the end of this webinar, you will know the best tips to start and grow your PNCC agency successfully. So the house rules: turn off your cell phone because it's a distraction. If you really want to know how to do this, getting on what you are on Facebook, but like surfing the internet, getting on Instagram things, it's going to be a distraction. So definitely turn off your cell phone, log off of social media, grab paper and pen, and make sure you stay until the end. If you have questions and you are watching the replay, you can go ahead and send your questions to info@mariavincent.com. And it's at the bottom if you don't know how to spell that. info@mariavincent.com to send your questions if you're watching the replay. So have you ever felt like this as a childcare owner, struggling to make money in your childcare business consistently, heard about the PNCC program, but not sure what it is or how to start it, having issues keeping staff and fighting high turnover, and then you want to create generational wealth for your children and your children's children, but you really don't know how? So the problem is the state stopped doing hands-on training. Years ago, they actually did do hands-on training. They used to have auditors come into the offices of PNCC agencies, and they trained us. And I say us because I was one of those that actually got trained by an auditor. They do not do that anymore. Most people who know about having a PNCC because they actually have one, they don't like to share the knowledge. And then most agencies with the real knowledge, meaning they were trained years ago, those agencies are actually closed now. So the reality is I coach ladies both who want to open the business and who have been operating for less than 5 years. I've been coaching for 6 years, and I bring my experience, which is working all aspects of the business. I started off as a client. I became a care coordinator. Then I was a program manager. Then I opened my own, and I went through the ranks in my own business as well. I've been through an audit. and I've had hands-on training from auditors. I coach because I want to see everybody successful and do business the right way. And if you have heard about the PNCC last year, you've probably seen a lot of people doing it the wrong way. So I really want to teach people the right way to do it. I coach because I want to make sure we are making a real difference in our community. So the better way is working with someone who has been trained and has over 12 plus years of experience and has testimonials from mentees. So when I hear people say, oh, I went and worked with so-and-so, or this person price is different, I always advise, if you go work with anybody, any mentor, make sure you check the proof in the pudding. Do they have students or mentees that have testimonials, that have been through it? Have they done what they're trying to help you do? And that's why I show over and over again what I do, how I've done it, and also that I help students and show the success of my students. So who am I? If you're new here, I always say I am the wife, the mom, the boss lady, because I am a wife. I have 4 beautiful kids, 2 of which have moved out and are adults and on their own, and it's still a weird transition. However, I am a serial entrepreneur and business coach. I'm the CEO of Boss Lady University, Infinity CCO, which is the prenatal, author, mentor, and owner of Pretty Princess by JC Kids. That's my spa business. I've been in the PNCC world for over 12 years. I started off as a client, became a case manager or a care coordinator, then a program manager, and eventually opened my own in 2015. So yes, I've had my PNCC agency since 2015. That's very rare for you to find an agency nowadays that has been operating as long as I have. And then me personally, I've actually been an entrepreneur since 2005. So what is the PNCC/CCC agency? Again, if you guys have questions, feel free to write them in. If you know anybody that has a childcare business and they should be on this webinar, go ahead and tag them in the comments. So PNCC is working with pregnant women that have state insurance that the state deem at risk. CCC is working with women with children that has state insurance and the state deemed them at risk. Where? Milwaukee County. Now, the program is all over Wisconsin. However, I only teach Milwaukee County because that's where I am opened. That's where I have my experience. They do allow Racine. I do not have experience in Racine, so I do not teach Racine. And then how do you provide these services? You actually have to be enrolled in the program. So the CCC program, the CCC service help a member, and when appropriate, the member's family, meaning your client who is mom, who has the baby, and then the member's family could be the dad, or if she's staying with her mom, or that's the member's family, and we help them to gain access to such services as medical, social, educational, vocational, and other services. So how I like to see it is we pretty much do a lot of life skills type thing. We teach them, we guide them, we show them to help make their life better. They have to take an assessment, which is going to show if they are deemed at risk. And then if they pass the assessment, then you can enroll them into the program. They have to enroll within the first 8 weeks of having the baby. That's important. Within the first 8 weeks of having the baby, they have to be enrolled. Members in Milwaukee County qualify up until that child turns 7. So you can essentially get a client and work with her up until that baby comes as a newborn, 8 weeks old or younger. You can work with her up until that baby turns 7. The goals are to improve family functioning, improve parenting skills, help them to understand infant and child development, because you get a lot of new moms, you get a lot of young moms. Increase their knowledge of accessing the healthcare development system or delivery system, improve employment outcomes, encourage planned pregnancies, improve future birth income. So it's almost like, and again, how I look at it, it's almost like you become their life coach, like you're coaching them. And because my focus has always been entrepreneurship, when I was a case manager, majority of my clients actually started businesses because I taught them about that. Like, so whatever their career goals were, whatever that is, let's see how we can start a business out of it. So some of my clients started a nanny service, daycare services, cleaning businesses, all type of different things. One lady actually ended up getting her own nail shop. So whatever it is that they're talented in, when I looked at, our relationship like life coach, and I'm coaching them through these different things, it just, again, that was my focus, entrepreneurship, and it helped improve their quality of life. So what do you make hourly from the CCC program? You make $45.40 an hour. So I want you to think about that. This is in addition to childcare. So how could this help your childcare staff? So the same ladies, or if you men, I don't know, whoever you have employed as daycare teachers or assistants or whatever like your titles are, they could essentially also be case managers, and you could pay them working with the clients too. Because so let's think about this. You have a childcare center. When you enroll women, they have to either be pregnant or just have their baby under 8 weeks. How many client or customers, I don't know what you guys, parents, let's just say parents, how many parents do you have that has like a 2-year-old and then they come and say they're pregnant and they want to bring their newborn baby in once they have the baby? I'm pretty sure that happens a lot. And then if you have the PNCC agency, you can add her in as a PNCC client. And now the teacher can work with the child at the childcare. And then on the off time, she can also work with mom as a PNCC client or a CCC client once that baby is born. So then your staff additionally will be earning additional money that can help them with whatever. Because I know that, from what I've seen, childcare staff don't too much make a lot. I've seen like maybe $14, $15, $16. Let's just say they do CCC on the side and they earn $18, $19, $20. In addition to working during the day at the childcare center. And it's the same mom, and it's not double work, because they could probably have a conversation with mom when she drops her child off. So how could this help your childcare staff? Could you then offer bonuses? I used to do bonuses all the time, and I'm actually going to get started again, because people in general love incentives. So what kind of incentives can you give to your staff to bring in new parents, to bring in a new mom, to work with mom outside of childcare for 10 hours in the month? It's just 10 hours per client that you work with a CCC client, 10 hours in addition for the entire month. That could be spread out. So it is definitely something to consider. Staff appreciation, your staff your morale would go up. You would probably have them stay longer because they're earning additional money. One thing that I used to do is I used to do contests all the time with my staff, where the care coordinator who brought in the most clients that month, they would win something. So I've given away trips to Chicago, full expenses paid, like the hotel, going to a spa. And literally right before the pandemic, we were actually doing an incentive. I was sending them to Florida, airplane, flight paid for, hotel paid for, transportation paid for, everything paid for, but they had to, whoever had the most new clients. And I was able to do that just with this program. Just think of what you can do if you, again, add this into childcare. All right, Tanya says she didn't think about it from that perspective. Yes, like you will keep your staff longer and they will not hop from place to place because they're earning good money with you and you're building like a sense of family. You care about them being able to afford life right now. Inflation is crazy. Everything has gone up. A donut is $2.50, just one. So everything is expensive. So how can you help them, not just yourself? So with the CCC, you have to do an assessment. Then you do the care plan from the assessment. Then you give referrals from the care plan based on what goals they're going to set based on the care plan. And then you're going to follow up. Like those are the 4 elements only. You do the assessment. These are the risk factors. Here's the care plan, how we're going to address those risk factors. Here are the referrals that's going to help you address those risk factors and goals that we set from the assessment. And then we're going to follow up. How was that referral that I gave you? Did they help you? No? Okay, let me give you another one. That is it. Now you can do more because again, but you still want to stay within these 4 pillars of how to do the program: assessment, care plan, referrals, follow up. That's it. That is something so easy that you can add to your child care center. Now, the PNCC program is working with women who are pregnant. Same thing, gain access to medical, social, educational, and other services related to their pregnancy. This one actually adds also nutrition and health education. It is for women who have 4 risk factors on their assessment, which makes them at risk. And it's all the way up until the baby, once they have the baby, until that baby turns 60 days, and then you transfer them to the CCC program. The goals is to identify them early in their pregnancy. We're going to provide resources for psychosocial support, early and continuous prenatal care services, receive health and nutrition education, like I mentioned, refer them to community services, receive assistance in obtaining health and social service. Any questions? 'Cause again, I know this is a lot of information. And actually, let me make the screen bigger for you guys. So when you say you want more information, let me know what you mean by that. So these are the goals of PNCC. So just in short, PNCC, the focus is healthy pregnancy. CCC, the focus is positive parenting. That's like the gist. What do you make an hourly for PNCC? You got $47.92 an hour. Again, how can that help your childcare staff? What bonuses can you add? Staff appreciation. What can you add to make your work atmosphere better? How can your employees feel appreciated? You bringing them an additional source of income and they don't have to do a lot more work in addition. It's a plus. So for PNCC agency, same thing. You got the assessment, care plan, referrals, follow up, and then one additional thing you have that health and nutrition piece, because again, the focus is a healthy pregnancy. You want to make sure that their health and nutrition is good. Why do you need to add this to your childcare facility? The question is, how do I add PNCC to my childcare? I am getting to, that's a good question. I am getting to that in a second. So this is why you need to add it. Most of the things that we do inside PNCC, you probably are already doing it inside your childcare facility. You could be giving resources to them. You can be providing diapers, wipes. You already have a relationship with them. I'm pretty sure it's more than this, but this is just like a bare minimum. You're probably doing these things with the parents anyway. You give more money opportunities for your employees, which I just went over. You have more marketing points. So now when you go and you market yourself and you kind of stand apart from those who are not offering this service, because The flyers look great, but most of the flyers really all look the same. They're all colorful. They all say, the time, if you offer transportation, the information pretty much is the same, but just kind of fitting your facility. What's going to make you stand out when you advertise about what you do? You can put in that you offer PNCC services, that you offer CCC services. Some people, which I'll get to in a second, from this, then go and add doula services. Then you can say, I also offer doula services. So you have more to your marketing of what you offer a parent without making them pay more, because they don't pay anything for this program. The state pays for it. And then you have a loyal client base. You will build a loyal customer base as you help them with struggles in their life outside of childcare, and you'll build trust. You have the client already, and we just talked about that. Like, you'll have a mom who comes in, and let's say she got 2 kids or 1 kid or 3 kids already, and they're already enrolled, and then she's pregnant, and now you can put her in your program. Or they start off in your program, PNCC, they have the baby, then you can put them in your childcare. So it's a win-win on both sides because you're providing the services. You can add additional services. And like I just said, PNCC is just the beginning. You can add additional services like doula. I definitely want you guys to go and look into the preschool development grant, because that's a grant that the state offers childcare facilities or somebody that want to start a childcare or preschool. And this service that I provide actually falls within that, as to how you can help parents and help staff in this area. So definitely go look up the preschool development grant, because you can use that to pay for this service as well. You have multiple streams of income. I preach that until I'm blue in the face. When enrollment is low, you still have additional streams of income. So let's say you, for whatever reason, you have a big family of 7 that leave. That's a lot of money. So instead of like stressing because you got these 7 open spots, you still have additional income coming in from other resources, not just enrollment. And so when enrollment drops for whatever season, or when the pandemic happened or something like that was to ever happen again, you still have other streams of income that's coming in. And then, what are some things you can think of? Like, why do you think, because you guys are the experts. I don't have a childcare facility. I had one for a hot second. It was a family. I did not quite like it as much because it tied me down and I couldn't leave. But I do plan to have one in the future. But what do you guys think? You guys actually have a childcare facility. What other reasons? And I gave you 7 so far. What other reasons can you think of as to why this would be a great program for you? So let me talk about really quick, because I am the queen of multiple streams of income. I am the queen of passive income. And I actually just did a live last week on passive income. You're no ordinary PNCC agency. When you follow me and when you are coached by me, you will have multiple streams of income where other PNCC agencies and childcare facilities will not. I am an out-the-box thinker, and I come up with so many different ideas on how you can add more money to your business by working smarter, not harder. So 1, additional stream of income as a childcare facility. And I hope you guys are taking notes. Having an online store. Why? You have an audience right in front of you. The holiday season is around the corner. You know what your parents are looking for. What are they going to be doing this upcoming season? They're going to be buying things for their kids. They're going to be buying Halloween costumes. They're going to be buying Christmas presents. They're going to be buying, back to school just started, so school supplies still, mats and things like that for daycare. They're going to be buying all these different Thanksgiving. They're going to be buying cooking supplies. They're going to be buying like thermometers and stuff like that for the turkey. they're going to be buying all these different things, and they're right there, and you see them every single day. So it makes sense for you to have an online store. And you can have an online store that is a wholesale store that you do nothing. Literally, you will have them go to your website, they will order. Now, this part you do have to do unless you get an assistant. And once they purchase it, go to a website like Alibaba. You're going to create a relationship to like Alibaba or AliExpress or even Shein or, places like that. Order it from them with the money they just spent on your website and get it shipped directly to them. Or you can get it shipped to yourself and you change the packaging and you send it to them, however you want to do it. But very little effort on your part. So having an online store as a daycare owner is just a win-win. Like clothes, like we're buying clothes. The season is changing. Winter coats, all these different things. What can you put in your store that your parent is going to need? And then number 2, affiliate links. Like I just said, Christmas is coming up. If you don't want to have your own online store, you can have affiliate links from Amazon. I know y'all seen people on YouTube and things like that, and they say this link is for an affiliate link. You can create Christmas lists with top 20 toys for whatever age bracket and say toddlers, ages 0 to 3. Or 0 to 4, these are the best toys for this age group. They will love it. It's learning. It's this, and then provide them a link that they're going to go use to go shop at Amazon, and then you get money every time they shop using your link. That's another stream of income that, again, is passive because all you do is share the information and they do all the work. Number 3, like I just said, YouTube channel where you can be on there giving, whether you're approaching it to talk to parents, where you're giving good advice on what they can do at home, bedtime routine, lunch routine, like any type of parenting tips and advice, the day in the life of a daycare owner or a day in the life of a mom, a working mom, or whatever. Or you can come and have a YouTube channel about, when I just said day in the life of a daycare owner, you could talk about running their daycare. What does that look like? What type of things do people need? And you kind of can position yourself as a coach for daycare owners because you have one. So that's a YouTube channel that you can create too. Number 4, ebooks and classes. Again, there are a lot of people who want to own a childcare business, but they don't know how. You can create an ebook that will get them started. You are where they want to be. So that kind of puts you in a position to be a teacher, to be a coach, because they are trying to get where you are. How can you help them? Create an ebook and classes, and it can become passive income. And then the last one is referrals. Who can you partner with? When I had my credit agency, I had my workers, anytime they referred their clients to my credit repair business, they got a referral. Or let's say if you working with parents and they're trying to buy a house and you partner with a realtor, you can get a referral for every time you send a parent to the realtor to buy a house, a referral fee. So who can you partner with to offer referrals and you get a referral fee? So that's another additional stream of income. Now, again, for people with VIP, there are 10 additional streams of income that I list for you as a childcare facility. So you want to scale. How do you do it? Which is a question of how do you add it to your business? Number 1, just from my experience, because I too have a mentor, and it cost me an arm and a leg, but I love her and I still work with her. Have a mentor. Skip the hard lessons and mistakes by working with someone who's learned the lessons already and made the mistakes already, and they're going to teach you from their pitfalls to make you go faster. So like when I said that my student made multiple 6 figures within her first year, that's because I coached her. My first year, I did not make that at all, but because I knew what I was doing, I helped her skip all my pitfalls. Have a plan. Money won't make itself. This is where you need a business plan. How many clients do you need? How many case managers do you need? Based on how many case managers you have, how many programs you need or program managers you need, you have to have a plan. So, like I said, money is not going to make itself. And then when you have the plan, map it out. Have SMART goals. Not just say my goal is to make 6 figures. That's a great goal, but how are you going to do that? It has to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. That's a SMART goal. Your goal has to hit all 5 of those pieces. Tanya said, you have all the gems today. Feeling so great. Aw, I love you. You're so great, Tanya. So yeah, have a plan. Do not have generic goals. You have generic goals, it's going to be harder for you to hit them goals. Make them SMART goals. And then who is on your team? With many clients come tons of paperwork. One person will not be able to handle this. You need a team. Most of you guys already have a team. And I put it, not just any team, you need a great team. So not just any team, you need a great team. And so who is going to be on your team to make this money? So yes, making 6 figures in this business is not hard at all. But if you've seen last year, and they just put people business out there has been companies that has hit $1 million or multiple millions in this specific business. But you need to have a team. You want to then start looking at your business like how the YMCA is set up, how the Boys and Girls Club is set up, how any of those other businesses, community agencies are set up to where it's just not one person doing it all. They have different roles and different people doing different things. You have to do the same thing. You have to learn the ins and out of this program. And because this is a state-funded program, just like with childcare, I'm sure, those rules change. Just literally in July, they made a lot of changes. And now I change how I do my workshop because of these changes. So you have to learn everything you can about this program. They have state audits, just like childcare has state audits, but the goal for their audit in the PNCC arena, their goal is to take money back. I don't think they do that from my experience with childcare. They'll say, okay, oh, fix this, and you got to do this, you got to do this, and then that's that. They'll probably come back and check, but that's it. In PNCC, if you do things wrong, they're taking the money back that they paid you. So this is why having a mentor is essential, because you don't want to be trying to teach yourself and it's confusing. And then you get an audit and you paying money back when you just could have got a mentor and they, helped you not do some of those same mistakes. So take it seriously. My student, especially the one who made multiple 6 figures, she was serious. She sometimes went and hit the streets and passed out flyers. And I was talking to her one time, like, oh, what are you guys doing? She was outside in the neighborhood passing out flyers. So you have to be serious. It's not just going to come and land on your feet and it's just there. You have to take the suggestions that I give and actually do it. Because I have had students who did not even reach 50,000. Why? Because they did not do it. So it's all based on you and taking it seriously, and what results will you get based on what you want. Number 7, understand wealth. The more money you make, the more problems that come. Now, I'm pretty sure a majority of you know that. And what I'm talking about specifically is taxes. The more money you make, you have to learn about taxes. And I actually teach about that and all the different deductions that come with that. But the biggest tip I'm going to give you, if you are making more than $30,000 to $40,000, you need to get with a CPA. And you need to change your LLC to an S Corp if you have not done that already. Like, that's one of the biggest tips I can give people. You need to become an S Corp. So when I work with my students, because my goal is for you to get to 6 figures, right off back, you're going to be talking to your CPA about how do you become an S Corp. That's how you're going to save money. And then, I talk a lot more about that too. Taxes, who the more money you make, the more they try to take from you. But when you're smart, you're gonna know how not to have to get, like, how did Donald Trump not pay taxes? He made millions. And when I found that out, I wasn't mad, like, oh, that's not fair. How did he do that? Because that's what I'm trying to do, right? So you have to understand taxes. There is a way for you to write off certain things. And then what will you do with the income? More money, more problems. What's the plan? You got to have a plan for taxes. You got to have a plan for the audit. You got to have accountability. Sometimes if the state holds on to your money, what are you going to do with your workers? Are they just not going to get paid? Are you just going to give an advance and then pay yourself back from your savings? Like, what are you going to do? There needs to be a plan, because again, you're working with the state, and it's not, and I'm just being honest, it is not always smooth by a long shot. So you have to have a plan. You have to be accountable for what goes on in your business. All right, so how do you get there? We got marketing, building a brand, having systems, and great customer service. All these 4 things are important to get you to your goal. Having a great team, getting your clients, becoming educated on this program, and then having a community. Both having a community to, like, this is a community in this group, and then also being out in the community and letting people know of your services. When they have, it's the summer, when they're having pop-up events, vendor fairs, all type of things like that, you need to have a booth. You need to have a table. If churches have resources, events, or whatever, you need to be there. You also need to be out in the community so that your face is being seen, your name and your logo is being seen, so that people are aware of what you do. And that goes all the way back to the marketing and branding. That's important. That's essential to get you out there. So it's almost been an hour. I try to keep this under an hour. So in this time together, we have gone over what the PNCC/CCC agency is, why you need it. And I am wrapping up. So if you guys have questions, please feel free to start sending your questions. I can see them on my phone. Why you need to add PNCC, additional streams of income, and how to scale your business. Let me put that back up there so you guys can see me. But there's more. There's so much more. And just 1 hour is not, I'm not going to be able to teach you everything in 1 hour. So just like the young lady said, how do you add it? That's not just a 1 hour class. That's a step-by-step process. The application workshop that I teach alone, and that's just for the application, is a 4 to 5 hour class that I teach on how to do the application, because I'm pretty sure, just like with childcare, it's not just you go online, fill it out, and that's it. They're looking for different things. They want you to do different things. And just really quick, because this is something that was added in July, in order for you to start this business, they want you to have, how do I put it? They want you to have experience in maternal health. What is maternal health? I went and looked it up. What does that mean? That means, working with women who are pregnant. So during the pregnancy and then postpartum. And I said, okay, well, what's postpartum? Exactly. We know what it is, but let's get definitions to this. Postpartum is 6 weeks after a mom has the baby. But then it said, or an extended time. What's an extended time? Now that's subjective. So you ladies as childcare owners, that can be your little area. If you haven't worked with moms who are pregnant, you have worked with moms who brought in newborns. What do you do at your childcare facility to offer services? I think I saw just the other day on Facebook, somebody was advertising their childcare, and they were doing, I think they had a class on how to change diapers. Or what was this? It was a class with new moms for something. I can't remember exactly what it is, but what services are you providing to your moms? And even if it's not childcare, I had one student, you have to kind of like, I recommended working with somebody who write resumes, because that's not my lane. One of my friends do resumes, and she did my entrepreneurship resume as a business owner. And when I got it back, I told her everything that I did, and I got it back, and I'm like, that's me? Like, oh, that you made that look good. Like, based on what I said, she made my resume look amazing that I wouldn't have been able to write it that way. So I would recommend working with a resume writer or a wordsmith, like a copyright person, who can do this and take your experience to make it fit maternal health, because you just got to word it correctly. And so like if you work at the state with like Maximus, and you work with women in the community that are at risk and they're coming in for help, and you give them resources. So you have to look at your experience, what you've done, to be able to fit and look well on your resume. So that's just one new thing that I just want to make sure that I get out there, because I don't want people to think that I'm duping anybody. It's now a requirement that the owner, every owner, not just one owner, if you do partnership, every owner has to have the education or 1-year experience in maternal health. So that's new as of July. Any questions about that? It's a lot of other things too, but I just want to make sure I get that out there before people decide on what they want to do. So how would you guys like to keep going, keep learning from me? Because again, I can't teach all of this in 1 hour, but I love teaching. It's what I grew up knowing that I would do. I just thought that I was going to be teaching in an elementary school. And so I went to school for elementary education, did my teacher when it went into the school for the student teaching, and quickly realized that's not for me. That was the wrong audience. I have now found my audience. I love teaching. I do. And so everything that I know how to do, I now teach it. And so how would you guys like to keep going and learning step by step how to add the PNCC program to your business? And you probably can't, I don't know if you can see it. It's probably a little blurry. Let me zoom in a little bit. These are just some testimonials. Like I said, always ask for testimonials. These are some of the testimonials of the ladies that I've worked with in my university. And I'm going to keep going, because these are actually, if you're in the group, I actually have these posted inside the group as well. And I actually have a lot more than just this. I have a lot of different testimonials. Here go 2 more. Again, you can just look through and in the group and find more. So you have 2 choices to make as we wind down this webinar. You can either DIY the process. If you're a DIY, hey, you love to DIY. You can spend hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars trying to figure it out, getting frustrating and quitting the process. You can even get denied. The application fee for this program right now, as of September, is $688. Every January it changes. Every year in the past couple of years, it has increased. So if you're thinking about doing it, I would probably recommend you do it before January. But if you are denied, they do not give you your money back. So you can DIY it, but you can also risk losing out on money. Or you can learn from somebody who not only, I've mastered it, I actually teach people and they're actually approved and running their business and successful. And you probably seen them around. Like, I've helped so many different PNCCs open and help train them to make sure that they know exactly what they're doing. So I have the PNCC University available for you guys that are ready to get started, ready to add the business. Again, it is a multiple 6-figure business, if not $1 million business, that you can add to your childcare facility. And it's not hard. So this is for you if you want to start your agency, if you want to run it the right way, and if you want to scale your business. And when I say run it the right way, it's because I've seen so many different women who had this business over the years post on Facebook, and they're doing the business wrong. And the last thing that I want you guys to do is learn from somebody who is already doing the business wrong, and then you go do the business wrong because you thought they were doing it right, but they probably was new too. They probably only been open for a year or two and they have never done an audit before. So please be careful with who you are learning from. Make sure they have experience and at least been through at least one audit, at least one. And they've been doing this for some years. Just putting that out there. Um, so these are 3 of my classes. I actually just added 2 more, which I'm going to talk about at another time. But so I have the application workshop. It gives you access to an online portal. This workshop is literally only about putting in the application. So that's why it's called the application workshop. We talk about how to do your application for the PNCC. So we go over the workshop. Sometimes it's done in person, sometimes it's done via Zoom. We walk through the handbook. I teach you who to hire, how to hire them, what to classify them as, the legal foundation. We go over getting your MPI, which is something you need to open a business, how to create relationships with doctors, the MOUs that you need, the resource guide, racial and ethnic composition, which is something that they ask for. I give you a little cheat sheet of questions for you to answer to add to your application to make it go faster. And then I teach you how to separate yourself from other companies. And then we go over all the new requirements as of July 14th, plus a lot more. So the application is full, which is why it's 4 to 5 hours. Is full of information for you to be able to do your application and submit it and get approved. The second class that I have is the PNCC University Mini. This is for those who are open. I would not suggest this class if you are not already open. This is basically running your business 101. If you are new to PNCC, even if you were a care coordinator / case manager, even if you've done this under somebody else, you do not know the running the business side. There is a back office side. You've probably seen some of the pieces as a worker, but you did not see all. So I created this mini for just those who only want this piece, how to run your PNCC agency. Again, if you're already open. So I go over the handbook more in depth. Legal Foundation 201, because the Legal Foundation 101 is in the application workshop. Creating the SOPs, which actually creating the SOPs is now in the application workshop because that is now something that they require before you submit. They want to see your SOPs. What are SOPs? Standard operating procedures. If you got a child care facility, more than likely you probably have these for that. I go over the new billing codes and the amounts, navigating the Forward Health website, how to do an internal audit, how to do outreach, intensive training for both programs, how to hire, plus more. So that's, again, the University Mini for those who are open already. And then there's the PNCC University, and that's everything. That's everything in the mini and everything in the workshop, the application workshop. You actually get access to every workshop that I do, because sometimes I do audit workshops. I'm doing a training workshop, which is going to be a 1-week intensive workshop. You get access to all workshops that I do for free. We go over goal setting and SMART goals, not just regular goals or generic goals. We go over getting the office, trademarking, which is so essential. Most people don't even think about it until it's too late. Budgeting, walk through hiring staff. Who do you need on your team? So not just getting case managers or care coordinators. Who else do you need on your team? We go over marketing, business credit, personal credit, building partnerships, government certifications. That in itself is worth more than what the class is, because government certifications, you can then go get contracts with the government and make money outside of just childcare, outside of just PNCC. You can have contracts with the government. They're looking for businesses like you that are minority owned, that are women owned, that are disadvantaged businesses. They're looking for you. So we go over how to do government certifications. We go over multiple streams of income. So not just me telling you what you should open, I actually teach you how to open it. You get 1 year access to me, because for me, it's not just good that you go and submit the application. Do you learn everything? I want you to be open and I walk you through everything. We do bi-weekly meetings every other Thursday. I talk to you about business loans and grants. Like I said, all workshops you get for free plus more. So that's the PNCC University. Two things that I did just offer that is not on here yet. The application workshop is, like I said, working with me 101 in that workshop, but now I have the virtual option of just getting the virtual piece and not working with me, but you still get all the information. And then I'm actually working on the ebook of, if you don't want any videos or worksheets, whatever, you just want the ebook. I'm actually working on that now for a cheaper price. So here goes some details of things coming up. The next application workshop is October 6th. PNCC University starts in December. It's a 3-month class. But again, you're going to be working with me for a year. So I pretty much stretch the 3 months out so that you don't feel overwhelmed, because the real focus in the beginning is going to be put in that application. And then there will be an in-person training. And again, like I said, bi-weekly Thursday calls to go over everything, including questions and encouragement. Y'all don't forget if y'all got questions. So here are the prices for the workshop, the university mini, and the university itself. I do offer payment plans. I do offer funding. Funding is through a firm if you do the university, and then Klarna and a firm will allow you to do the workshop and the mini just by getting funded through them, and it's smaller payments. So, but if you decide to start before Monday, what's today, the 11th? Actually, not Monday. Well, you know what? I'll give it to Monday, next Monday. Today is Monday. Usually I do this on a Friday. Next Monday, if you start before next Monday, which that would be the 18th, you'll get the class. If you do funding, it's $4,500, because usually it's $5,500 if you do funding. If you do the university with one payment, it's $3,500 instead of the $4,500. If you do the application workshop or the PNCC mini, which is $1,300 or $1,800, you'll get it for $1,000. And then the application on demand workshop is going to be $500. So if you do any of these classes right now, they are on my website, mariavincent.com/PNCC, for the discounted prices. Can you see the discounted prices? So the full price is on this here, full price, but you don't even need to see the full price. If you get it before next Monday, these are the discounted prices. After Monday, at Monday the 18th at 11:59 p.m., the prices will go back to regular prices. The regular price for the class with funding is $5,500, meaning you're going to get funded through a firm for the university or Klarna. Nope, just a firm for the university, because Klarna doesn't do that much. If you do a one-time payment, it's $3,500 instead of $4,500. If you do the application workshop or the mini, it's $1,000. And then if you do the on-demand workshop, which is not with me, it's just on demand, that's $500. All those prices are available right now up until next Monday on my website, mariavincent.com/PNCC. Now, if you have questions, you can definitely set up a time to talk to me. I have a free 15-minute consultation where you can set it up and we can talk about what are your questions, what do you need help with, what are you trying to decide. And this is not for you to ask me questions on what to do as far as like, how do you do this with the application. That's inside the classes. This 15-minute consultation is about the classes that I offer if you want to know what is best for you. So you can set that up, or you can, send me a message on Facebook too. Either works. So also, if you start by Monday with the university, again, remember the university is everything. I'll also throw in how to start an online store. I have a class for that. I'll throw in the how to start an online store, how to create passive income class, and how to sell on Amazon. So I'm going to include that if you get the university by Monday. Anybody have any questions? I'm finished 1 hour on the dot. Go me. All right, so I am so glad that you guys joined me. I am here in this group all the time. I do free lives, I do Q&As, I do my classes. Like right now, we're actually in the midst of one of the university classes with other childcare owners. So again, if you are a childcare owner, please, like I just think it's the smartest thing to do. If if you have a PNCC agency, I would say go get a childcare facility. This business in itself does not cost a lot to open. I actually had one of my students who, again, is she has a childcare facility, and she asked me, she said, so how much do I need to put to the side to open this? Do I need like 10,000, 15,000? I was like, whoa, no, like you don't even need anything close to that. No, you do not. If anything, on top of getting the class, you maybe need $1,000, maybe. This is one of the cheapest businesses to open that's going to yield great success. Now, you can grow it as you go, or you can throw money at it now. That's up to you, but that's your choice. You don't need all that. You don't. So reach out to me. There's a link right there if you want to set up consultation, 15-minute consultation. If you are ready to purchase your class. Oh, also, please know that my university, I only allow 10 to 15 people at a time because I give you my undivided attention. So 10 to 15 people at a time. Once people start buying, the university closes. So any other questions? You are so welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Again, reach out to me. I am here. I want to help you guys succeed. I want to see legacies created, and I want to see the community changed. It starts here. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on another live soon. Bye.